Good morning. So today I'm going to be talking about Genesis chapter 46, and in particular I want to focus on verses 3 to 4, which are God's promise to Jacob. And it reads, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation there. I will go down to Egypt with you, and I will surely bring you back again. And I wanted to focus on this verse in particular because obviously as you continue on in the story, it doesn't go that way for Jacob and his descendants. Obviously they go to Egypt, but eventually they become enslaved. And obviously when you look back at this promise that God's made to Jacob, it seems like he's gone against it or he hasn't fulfilled it. And I think that's just a challenge, isn't it, and a lesson for all of us, really, that, sometimes God puts us in situations and puts us in environments that, you're not really too sure about, and you're asking God, like, why has it gone this way, or why am I here? And obviously, from this chapter and throughout the Bible, really, that question's always asked about God's plan and God's how much control he has of the planet, from a big scale, but then also in our personal lives, think about how, like, God says, I formed you in the womb and all those kind of things. But sometimes that can be difficult, can't it? That we don't know that plan, and we have ideas and time scales and all that kind of thing that God just doesn't work on. He has his own plan, he has his own time scale. And then that challenge then comes for us to have that trust and that faith that his plan is the right one for us. And obviously with this promise that God's given to Jacob, it takes years, it takes generations, it takes hundreds of years for that promise to be fulfilled. Obviously, when you look at Exodus chapter 3, this when Moses speaks to God through the burning bush. Obviously, when you go back to the original promise, God says that he's going to be with them. And then that's what he does. That's what he says in chapter 3, verse 12. Because obviously Moses says, who am I that should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? And God says, I will be with you. And I think that's just that lesson that we need to take with us, that sometimes when you do feel out of the loop or away from God's plan, that God is there in it and his plan will be set. So yeah, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.